So what on earth?
Yep.
By the way, this is fucking. I can't even believe you picked this one. So hit me with it. What is your good point here? This blows my mind. I'm ready for this. I'm locked in for how the fuck this is a good point.
I deliberately dodged this point
Holy fuck.
for weeks because it would have been so boring to do this, talk about this every single week.
Come on.
But my good point is Caliste, right? Like, I did my glazing on Friend, I did my glazing on Skewmon, but I deliberately avoided talking about Caliste because it would be boring to talk about it.
Okay. What's changed this week then? What's changed this week?
Yeah, I mean, like this week. Well, firstly, this week he had a really, really great homestand. Remember, this guy is 18-year-old kid playing super, super well in front of his French crowd. I think Canna maybe played better than him over those 2 series, but at worst, the second best player, maybe the best player on his team. Doesn't feel any of the pressure. But here is the thing that tells you that Caliste has already made it. Because for Caliste now, we're at the point where we're saying regular seain doesn't matter. Regular season performance doesn't matter. It's only
still a rookie. Yeah, it's pretty legit. Yeah.
Second split rookie in May, and already because for a rookie, regular season obviously matters to every other rookie that I can think of. Even the humanoid Larsons, like when they were at their best, it's already the regular season performance obviously mattered a lot. But with Caliste, we're no longer saying that, right? Like he can play as well as he wants. It's just expected now. And obviously, we're going to say, I think we can talk about this about Carmine Corp's chances in playoffs. But what matters is, it doesn't matter how well you performed in these last 5 weeks, even though you performed insanely well. What matters now is show that you could do this consistently in playoffs, especially against Fnatic, right? And that to me is a sign that this guy is. The fact we're not even using the same framework to talk about this guy as we do for most rookies demonstrates already how good he is, right? And So all I'm going to say is playing really, really well, played even better than usual at his homestand. I mean, obviously he has all the KC Blue Wall, cheerleading for him already. So I feel that he doesn't need additional voices cheerleading for him. But But obviously, another really insane week, and there have been people whose performances have dropped in front of the large live audience, and he didn't. Right, so another good sign there as well.
What do you think?
Completely agree. Like sometimes, like some players just have like this aura to them. This kid has aura. Like he is real. Like I mean, I have a massive sweet spot for young, exciting carry roles. So either mid laners or AD. So like the Vladis, Jackies, the Caliste, like players like Masu or Danny, like in NA at the time, for example. But like for me, like there's so much confidence already in the way he plays. Like when like one of the favorite things about KC is actually to me like how they play River around Dragons, like how they hold spots, like how they defend lines, how they defend space. Like seeing Caliste on Varus just like laugh in people's faces, just auto attacking and like supports, just because he's like, if you go me, you're gonna lose everything. Like he's like squeezing so well. Like I think that is amazing. Like I sometimes it's like almost a little bit unbelievable to me. Like this kid can be so young, so talented, so much confidence and play so well. I don't know. I love it. Like I love it so much. Like it's so good. Like he has everything going for him. I feel like he's also in the same org where he got brought up. Like everything. It's just like a Cinderella story. Like it's just perfect.
He's also fucking shot calling. He's shot calling at 18. Like primary shot calling. It's ridiculous.
Sure. No, by the way, I'll say, I think this player, it's funny because I didn't watch him when he was in the RLs. And so I was one of those people who was like thinking like, the problem is you've heard a million people get overhyped coming out of the RLs. And by the way, especially from the fucking Carmine Corp org, that was one of the most criminal ones because they have such a rabid fan base. But this player actually not only lived up to expectation, I don't think I can say he exceeded it because they implied he was going to be like faker on day one. So they actually made it almost impossible for me. But I tell you what, if you put normal like EU expectations, he might actually be the best rookie that's ever come into the LEC. Like it's actually like you can have that real discussion. Like because if you think of the other ones, you automatically think of the people who won the championship. Like the Recklesses of the world. They came even the teams with the giga veterans like Soaz and fucking Expecke and, you know, like the most fucking unbelievable players, or they came in the best orgs. Like, this guy actually came into what, remember, in terms of like where the org's positioned, people would probably expect him to be more mid-table. You look at some of the other players in the roster, nobody said this lineup was the clear number one coming into the year. Like there's plenty of other factors had to work out, but I think individually, like what's to complain about, put it that way? Like, I'm with you, Peter. You almost have to frame it. This is actually why when you hype people, you got to be careful. You almost have to frame it as like, I really do have to compare him to the best rookie to ever play the game in LEC to find like, where's he falling down? Where's he having issue? Where can he improve more? Because he's already like basically exceeded all expectations for performance, ability. But even think of this last week, that fucking outplay he made against Hans Sama was like, if I took those nameplates off and I just instead wrote the nameplates of like fucking like Viper and aiming or something, you'd all be losing your mind on Reddit going like, this is the fucking player of the year. Like, that was fucking nuts, mate, because that plays into what we're talking about. There's players who come in, the problem is you get rookies that have a lot of confidence, but oftentimes it doesn't match their game. Like, Adam's confidence would make you think he's Canna, but the problem is then he's Adam in the game. Like, Caliste has the confidence, but actually it's matched by being some like fucking Western Uziana. He actually is cracked out of his mind. He's unbelievable. And you can see as well, like, here's the other thing, he really does broach that line for me where it's like, it isn't even arrogance, mate, because when you actually can back it up as consistent as it is just confidence. It is actually just, no, you actually are better than these guys. And it actually reminds me, if people want to know, of a quick story I've got for you about when Caps came into the LEC, because Caps told me this in a Reflections interview like 3 months ago or something. Basically, he said when he came into LEC, he wasn't totally delusional. He didn't actually think he was going to be the best, but he was very confident. So his premise was, okay, Perks is the best, but I'm better than all the rest after that. That's what I feel like Caliste came in like. I think he came in like, okay, maybe Hans Sama's number one, right? You could be number one and even look like that for most of the first split. But I guarantee he thinks he's as good as or better than Upset and all the rest of them. And by the way, so far, I can't say he hasn't proven it. He's fucking looked awesome. And he's even, like we say, he's even at all the normal points that the rookie's supposed to fail. You're supposed to fail when you make the finals of the first split. You're supposed to fail at the international tournament. He actually hasn't. I actually have to say the rare failure, like, he looked maybe not that good in the upper bracket final of LEC, but who gives a shit after the finals, by the way? He was dynamite. At first stand, he wasn't the reason they were losing the games, mate. He was doing really fucking well. Like, I actually think, no, again, you actually have to really nitpick to find anything negative to say about this player.
I mean, basically, who would you say has been the best rookie into the LEC? Caps, right?
That's got to be. I think that's probably number one.
It has to be Caps.
I think it's Caps and Records will be number 1 and 2 for me, probably.
Exactly, but like, I think his rookie year so far, we're only, you know, maybe Casey flame out in the first.
Yeah, we don't know about summer, sure.
But right now, his trajectory is ahead of Caps in Caps.
And by the way, if he does something at MSI, Peter, like if he actually like wins you a series or like gets you some games or something, I think he might just be number 1 for that. He might just be number 1.
Yeah, I mean, in a sense, it sucks for me because, you know, I want to talk about like a really interesting rookie class. You know, I want to talk about Knack, I want to talk about Sten, I want to talk about you know, but like the, you know, I wanna hear about all these people that nobody's heard of, and instead, you know, it's just. Yeah, it's just.
Put it this way, we had the same thing happen last year in Counter-Strike, mate, which is you had all these really good players who were rookies came along, and it was a waste of time because the player called Donk was not just a rookie, he was like the player of the year, so it just ruins the whole like rookie discussion because number 2, number 3, the joke is even there, just like, don't even waste time voting for me, it's him. Like, it almost feels like that on this one, I'm with you, mate. Like, if you actually took him out the equation, you'd have a really fun discussion about who the rookie of the split is. You could do some bullshit angle that it was Stend or something like that, you know, we can have all sorts of fun. No, we can't, sadly, it's just unanimous in it. He wins this one, mate.
See more cool, funny, interesting clips based on topics from my content? Well, subscribe to this channel then, or, you know, be a pleb and don't.